Hi and welcome back. Today we're going to be looking at the three types of employees that are there in every organization. And Paminas, I know we discussed this, but we discussed in regards to negative employees last week.
Oh, okay. So
Yes.
this is a continuation.
So this is a continuation.
Okay.
So maybe you can start us off by telling us what are the three types of employees.
So there are three types of employees that any HR will encounter. And it doesn't matter whether you're at the entry level of HR or you're at the HR director level. Yeah. So the three types of employees, number one, we talk about engaged employees. Number two, not engaged. And number three, actively disengaged. Yeah. So let's look at number one. Who's an engaged employee? So this is an employee who they've bought into your vision, mission, you understand each other, you like their working style, they also appreciate where they are, they go that extra mile. So in short, this employee feels part and parcel of the organization, either because they respect the leadership or they do identify with the mission and the vision of the organization, but in a way there's an emotional connection. Yeah. Then in the middle we have those ones who are not engaged. And just to go back, the engaged, you normally find they're around 20 to 25% of the employees in any organization.
Yes.
Yeah. So for the engaged employees, them, I would say they're just there, as we say in Kenya. These are employees. They are neither going out of their way, to give their best, and neither are they sabotaging the organization, as we see with the actively disengaged. So these employee, they'll do the bare minimum. They'll clock in at 8, they'll leave it at 5. They'll not cause you trouble, but also they'll not bring ideas on board. Yeah. And here, probably, maybe because the leadership team, they're not doing much to motivate the staff members, or it could also be the staff themselves, maybe they're in the wrong career. So there are many factors that can make someone to not be engaged. And unfortunately, this is where the majority of employees fall. They say 60%, over 60%. And that is why sometimes when an organization retrenches some of these employees, 2-3 months later, they find they are still surviving and they wonder, why did I have so many employees? So that's the danger. Yeah. So obviously, it's the responsibility of the management or leadership to try and move as many of the engaged to not engaged, exactly, not engaged to be engaged, highly engaged. Yeah. The last category, and woe unto you if you have this category, is the actively disengaged. And employees who are actively disengaged, they are not happy with the organization. And they are not only unhappy with the organization, but they are actively sabotaging the organization. So you'll find this is the person who starts conflict, rumors, gossip, anything bad you can think about an employee misbehaving. Yes. And at times it could be maybe something personal happening in their lives, but most of the time it could also be of issues emanating from either their relationship with the manager or just someone being toxic. Yes. And I would say whereas you can tolerate the not engaged, in my experience, you need to take immediate action when you identify an employee as actively disengaged. Yeah.
Of course, in a legal process.
Obviously, you must follow the processes, the law.
Yeah. So actually on that topic, how do you then handle the different types of employees in an organization, the ones you've mentioned, to ensure that there is a positive organizational culture and the business also succeeds at the same time?
Yeah, you remember the last video we did, we looked at what organizational culture is, and I said it's the way you do things.
Yes.
So the way to handle the different type of employees is first put your house in order. So do you have systems and processes? Do employees have contracts? Do they have job descriptions? Do they have KPIs? Even if you can't afford a HR office, is there some form of communication, HR communication? Because people like order. And the more you are structured and you have systems, the less you minimize on gossip. You minimize on You know, people using grapevine, conflict, and because there's a reference point.
Yes.
Yeah. So if someone knows, oh, I was terminated because of A, B, C, D, and this is the process that was followed, I was paid by dues, there wouldn't be many issues. They wouldn't be happy, that's given, but at least they know you've done your part.
Process,
You followed the due process. Yeah. So that's one. So in terms of making sure that there are processes and structures in place. And if you miss that, you don't have an organization.
Yes.
Yeah. Then after that now is to move to the next level. And this is where now you make sure that you have a positive organizational culture. And number one, by empowering your leadership team. Let them be trained on leadership skills, emotional intelligence, communication, basically on how to handle people. Yeah. So it's an investment. And because the more a leader is empowered, the better they'll be to deal with any category of those employees. So if they find someone is engaged, they're able to interact with them in a way that this engaged employee will continue being engaged, because there's no guarantee that if someone is engaged today, tomorrow they'll still be engaged. And if they find that someone is disengaged, actively disengaged, they'll also be able to deal with it from a legal and a personal, at a personal level, because you have to balance the two. So that would be my advice to the HR professionals.
All right. I hope that they're listening to this and they get it right.
Yes, it's a crucial area, and because HR is it's all about dealing with people. So I believe it's a key skill to have.
So as you've heard, people management issues are not an easy challenge to go through. But here, fortunately, at Corporate Staffing Services, whether you want to empower the leadership team, as Paminas has mentioned, or you want to consult on people issues, and you want to ensure that you're compliant to the employment law, we are here to help as experts. Please reach out to us, and we have left the leadership training link in the description box below, and also the HR consultancy service link for more information. Thank you for watching, and we hope to catch you in the next video. Bye for now.